Digital divide is a term which we heard a lot. What is digital divide? It is a term used to describe the disparity between, that means difference between, people who have access to contemporary information and communication technology and those who do not or have limited access. The telephone, television, personal computers, internet connectivity are all examples of this technology. Digital divide is an economic and social inequality with regard to access to, use of, or impact of ICT. Simply, we can say that digital divide is a gap between digital haves and digital have nots. The term digital divide is not a recent concept. Before the late 20th century, the digital divide referred primarily to the split between those who had and did not have access to the telephone. After the late 1990s, the word was mostly used to characterize the divide between or gap between individuals who had and did not have internet connection. Okay, next question. What is digital inequality? We can see the existence of digital inequality, right? Yes, it exists between urban and rural communities, as well as between socio-economic groups, less economically developed countries and more economically developed ones, educated and illiterate people. Mainly, there are three kinds of digital divide. First one is gender divide, gender barrier, in which women are less likely to own a phone or have internet access, indicating a mobile connection difference between men and women. That is gender digital divide. Second type is social divide. It refers to unequal internet access contributing to social stratification. That is, internet access create relationships among people with shared interest. Social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, etc. create online peer group. They are forming based on some similar interest. Here we can clearly see the existence of social stratification among those who are connected to the internet and those who are not. Here, non-connected groups are sidelined since they don't share in the internet benefit of the connected groups. So this is what social digital divide. Third category is universal access divide. Individuals with physical limitations who do not have access to or the ability to use hardware and software fall into this category. Some parts of the world will remain segregated from the internet and its vast potential due to lack of digital literacy skills, inadequate broadband infrastructure, low education levels, etc. This is what universal access divide. So, what may be the reason for this digital divide? Digital illiteracy, low education levels, poor broadband infrastructure, all these are the main causes of digital divide. Another important area is impact of COVID pandemic on online education. Here also we can see the existence of digital divide. Students all across the world have been compelled to switch to a virtual type of education as a result of pandemic. While one category of students have had an easier time transitioning, poorer students are falling behind owing to lack of access to internet services and electronic devices to read online content, resulting in inadequate and unequal educational services. These disparities in access result in digital gap among students when it comes to online education. Many governments around the world are continuing to take innovative steps to close digital divide. India is also dealing with the same issue that is very critical to address the problems linked with online education. India currently lacks the required infrastructure to teach our students digitally. We need stronger infrastructure to provide uninterrupted internet connection and electronic devices to students if we have to narrow the digital